it's part of our top secret projects, and we're able to do it. Therefore, it's not that hard to do, right? You have to make the fundamental discoveries to do it, and all of a sudden there's an explanation for the suppression. They want it for them, not for us, etc. And so it gets into some interesting rabbit holes.
And I'm going to bring up a depressing rabbit hole just from the beginning here. What is the point for engineers and hobbyists and researchers to even dabble in this when the moment they do find success, they're going to be shut down?
Yeah,
where's the motivation? This is the real issue. It's completely that fear, and it's a real fear. As you get into some of, I hopefully we can talk some of the hydrogen and water experiments out there. I think I really like your interest in that. I've seen, as you guys have too, many people driving, or a handful of people at a time, driving vehicles running on water. All right, you're not going to see that on the market. It will be shut down as soon as somebody starts going on videos and broadcasting it. All of a sudden, their videos are down. What is the motivation? I mean, it's a depressing rabbit hole because you can't accomplish success if you do.
Well, that was the point of Stephen's documentary. He says, okay, suppression exists. So knowing that for a while, what if we team up and share the experiment, open source?
That's the only way.
And so therefore, no matter who they suppress, others are doing it. And I agree. I think that has to be the solution, because in standard science, it's a repeating experiment. Mm-hmm. That makes the difference. It can't be one person's claim or another person's claim. It's not truly reality for scientists, and especially engineers. They need an engineerable system that must replicate. Otherwise, we don't have anything we can count on. So this offers a whole new energy source to humanity. In order to punch it through, it's a more complicated problem than the simple, just make the invention and we'll market it, because of the suppression. Right. There are those that do not want it, and instead they have their agenda controlling the world, or whatever their agenda is.
Might there be some good reasoning behind suppressing it? I mean, the world does kind of evolve.
I think so. Yeah. I could see good reasons.
It's all about money, isn't it?
It's money. You'll disrupt the economy. What if we get too much energy too fast? Or can we make new weapons from it? Is mankind ready to receive it? I like, is it giving matches to a baby? And so I would say these are good reasons, because at least they're saying you're not mature enough to handle this.
Some of the world leaders aren't mature enough either. I mean, there are some countries that we have zero influence over, and not that we should, but if they got upset, we couldn't calm them down. Let's put it that way. And if they had the technology, if it was out there and readily available,
first have to figure out how to tax the energy before anything can be moved forward.
That's kind of true.
Just like with solar panels, they're already doing more. You get a
or put a meter on it, which is the whole story of Nikola Tesla's suppression.
I remember.
I recall there were science fiction short stories on that very theme, right? The guy discovers it, uses all this energy, and then the aliens show up and give him a bill. Here's your electric bill, right? So the themes, everything, all the themes have been visited by science fiction, of course.
Yeah.
So there's a whole gamut, and other optimistic outcomes. I think Stephen Greer is pushing them. That's why I really enjoy his efforts. Is that it could precipitate formal contact. They say, congratulations, humans, you cracked the code. You're welcome to the club. You get to join the Federation. But there's rules to the game. No galloping around the universe playing space cowboy and shooting things up.
Maybe they're already doing that.
By the way, this is 10,000 years ago technology, and we could wipe you out like this. So slow your roll.
Well, as far as first contact, perhaps we already have made first contact, and they are kind of aliens probably talking with the military, saying, so you guys ready for this technology? And they're looking down at the world going, maybe we just keep it secret for a while. If I were in the military, I probably would choose that. If I had that UFO or a working craft where I could actually zip across the universe or the galaxy and met some other civilization, I'd probably come back and keep my mouth quiet.
And who's to say
I
you're
probably
not their
would.
who's to say
you
you're
wouldn't have
not
a
their
choice.
ambassador currently?
I always have a choice to say what I want to say.
Well, that's an interesting statement too. There's effort worldwide to try to silence freedom of speech.
Yes,
U.S.
it
is
is.
I'm saying military, you're required, to keep your mouth shut in the military for certain things.
There's a lot of military came out though. As Stephen Greer was going, kind
Stuff
of
does come out.
going public. They were at the end of their life. They're going, no, people need to know this. This is bigger than military secret.
So I think the end result, to me, is an optimistic result. We get human race gets invited to join the Federation, which means the current governments trying to control the world don't have the power anymore. We join up. We get fast forwarded right into like a Star Trek scenarios. Well, by the way, there was a great Star Trek on this very topic, called First Contact, on this very issue. I think.
Is that the movie?
The
film or the TV show?
Or one of the episodes. I
think it was one of the, yeah, okay, sorry, because I remember there was a scientist.
Episode Picard, and the story goes they have a rule in the Federation. Okay, when a society finally stumbles on warp drive, we make contact because it's too dangerous or too upsetting to them. And then we invite them to join the Federation, and they portrayed it out perfectly in this episode of it was a good science fiction episode because it really hit the nail on the head. And so these are what I consider the optimistic outcomes. We really can solve our problems on Earth. We could get a free ride into solving major problems that are beyond our science, things like that, like radioactive waste remediation. That's beyond our science right now, but not beyond maybe advanced civilizations to help us take care of the problem. And so it's really hard to say. I really like Stephen Greer's initiative, and I was invited to join the documentary last year, so I got a small cameo.
Nice.
In it, but it was hitting the nail on the head, right? It's suppression. We already have made the discovery. It's nothing new. It's all about control. It's all about the economy. Well, the way things are going, looks like they're trying to collapse the economy anyway. So they reach a point where everything is pretty much solvable if you have an unlimited energy budget. You have technologies to solve most of our problems, which, as you think about it, all our problems are due to a lack of energy. We just don't have access to it. We could solve our physical problems, in a sense, make utopia on Earth. But you need a mature human race to receive it. We can't just use it as a weapon of war.
Well,
right?
I think there's also another issue. I mean, most of the things that should be free in this world, we pay most of our money for. Food, water, housing, all of these things should be free in the first place. I could go down the woods, chop down some trees, build my house, and hunt and fish. But you can't do that. So you're prevented from... So there is something more fundamental about humanity right now that makes us pay for everything, even things that are God-given to this world. So if we had free energy, it wouldn't be free for long. But all right, so I digress.
Yeah, but you need a technology.
But there's something wrong with people.
So you have to pay for the piece of equipment.
Yeah,
right? Somebody has to build
humans
it.
are inherently, they are who they are. So somebody will find a way to manipulate it to make money. It'll be siphoned to elites or whatever. It always has, always throughout time. So there's nothing different with this.
So I also noticed there's a consciousness movement going on in parallel with all this, where people are starting to really become aware and things like that. And they said humanity is really part of a group mind. We are all participating together, and we should be connected better. We should realize that we're really are each other. And so Greg could hold up the book. I had to find out
which one.
This is the water book.
Oh, okay.
Greg's your Vanna White.
There was an anomaly. See, so this book was 10 years in the making because I kept researching it, and I said, this class of projects looks like they're really tapping into the zero-point energy, and not, it's just not a hydrogen combustion right, that's moving the piston. You needed a little bit of that to make the plasma, so you needed that, but there's something more going on. And that something more was a ball lightning type event.
Hey, if you like these kind of conversations and you'd like to see more, click like and subscribe to our channel. And if you're at the computer and you'd like to hear the whole podcast, click right here.